everyone, it's Natalie, and welcome to my channel, Find Joy in the Journey. You can't see it from here, but the Joy Garden is on lockdown. I have it wrapped up like a baby in a blanket. My husband had me in a tizzy yesterday because I'm in the garden doing just the little odds and ends, a little cleanup, and just and also feeding. I fed a lot of the plants yesterday with fertilizer, and and that I actually was supposed to be inside yesterday. I didn't want to come outside at all yesterday, but I ended up outside working in the garden, and it actually was very pleasant. The weather was pleasant. It was nice. But towards the end of the day, right, I mean, about 2 or 3 hours before it gets dark, we have shorter days now. Well, anyway, but my husband comes out and said, "Oh, little Susie Homemaker, it's going to be a mild freeze tonight. So you may want, no, a mild frost tonight. Um, you may want to cover some of your sensitive plants." So, you know, you know how we are about our gardens. So I have it, wait till you see it. It is on total lockdown. It is wrapped up like a newborn baby. My garden is swaddled, okay? And not to mention the ferns. I took care of them front porch ferns, baby. Um, so I, the frost was not as bad as he thought. It got down to maybe in the 30s, maybe 33, 32. But I think pretty much everything, and there was no frost. It was just very cold temperatures. And but you know what? Better safe than sorry. But let's take a look at the Joy Garden, okay? And there you have it. The overprotective gardener. Yes, and look, the collards, look at the collards and these mustards I have over here. I tried to cover them, but the wind blew the covering off. And actually, this little thin covering, I purchased this from Lowe's, and it is to protect from a light frost, but also it's to help with seeds. It's a light protection that you can put over your plants to protect your plants and also your seeds and also it will protect from a mild frost. So as you can see, it's gossamer thin. It's really thin. Okay, so hey, I thought that was perfect. I had some of that, and then I pulled out the blanket, that dark green over there. I pulled out the heavy artillery. That's the blanket. That's what I used when we had an actual freeze. We had two hard freezes last season. And so that blanket, I recommend it. It is called the blanket. It is a frost blanket. The name is Blanket with a P. And this was also a frost blanket. And then over here, and I'm going to remove the little, or maybe not. I pulled out the bell cloches. And I made sure I opened the top so it can get some airflow for sure, because I didn't want them to suffocate. So they have plenty of airflow, and they look okay in there. They look okay. So I might leave the bell cloches on there because a bell cloche is not only to protect from the elements, but also it protects from like insects. So I think I'm going to leave the bell cloche on there because these are new plant transplants that I just placed in this raised bed, and I just want to protect them because I did see a few little insect bites on that leaf over here. I would lift it off, but then I'll have to fuss with putting it back on. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me see if I can let's see. If I do this, there we go. That removes the little steam. And if you can see down there, you'll see where there's a few insect holes on one of the leaves. The others looked fine, but I noticed that one looked like it was maybe having a little trouble with some type of insect. So I actually don't mind leaving the bell cloches on there because they are young plants, and a bell cloche will protect your your young new plants. So I think I'll leave them on there. Okay. I was concerned about my 2 tomato plants over there that I wanted to overwinter and never got around to actually protecting it. But I've already removed the fruit, and I've already cut off a lot of the vegetation. Because pretty much when you overwinter something, you're going to take it down to the bare minimum. You're going to take it down to just a few little limbs. And you really cut off all those leaves. So I actually should cut back some more on these, but I have time for that. Okay. Well, slowly pan around over here to the pepper patch. I know how to overwinter these. And then I have to show you that Jupiter bell pepper plant. I pulled off the prettiest bell pepper, and I'm looking at another one back there. There's another one back there. Can you see that one? I don't know what kind of condition it is, but I'm going to go back there and let's see. See if I can get to it. Look at that. It's small, but look. These peppers are still growing. But when you overwinter your bell peppers, you have to remove all this fruit. Remove all of that. And yes, it's considered a fruit. You remove all that. You remove all the leaves, and you're gonna, like I said, you're gonna break it down to the bare minimum. You're gonna leave it's gonna look like you demolished the plant. It's gonna look sort of like that. Once you cut off all the vegetation, you take off all the fruit, and then you're gonna place it inside somewhere to protect it from the cold. I don't think I'm gonna do that, but I will cut off the vegetation, cut off the fruit. And what I mean by that is cut off the leaves, okay? I'm going to cut off all the leaves and just leave what needs to be left. And that plant is going to be healthy and strong and able to grow new fruit in the spring. So I'm going to do that. I think I have 15 plants over here. I'll see which ones will survive. How about that? And that's how we'll determine what's going to be kept. I'm going to treat them all the same. I'm going to overwinter them all the same. One step I'm not going to do is you're actually supposed to change out the soil and literally take the plant out of that container and put it in fresh soil. I'm not going to do that just now. That's how I learned to overwinter them. You remove everything, you take it out of the soil, you even rinse off any soil that's left on that root ball, and then you're going to place it in a fresh pot or container of soil. I'm not going to do that part because that would be a lot of work for, I have 15 plants to do that to, and I'm not going to do that. I feel like if I just do the first part of it by removing the leaves and everything, and then I can take it from there, and whatever survives will be the plants that will be growing next season, and that's when I'll change out the soil, give it fresh soil, fresh fertilizer, and give it a brand new start. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's just quickly move over to the side of the house where I have my 2 ferns, and I'm going to go ahead and uncover them. These are 2 of my ferns. Look how pretty. 2 of my ferns on the side of the house, and I'm going to reuse these bags for my leaves too, watch. Oh, look at my babies. You okay, girls? Okay, ladies, now let's get information. Okay, ladies, now let's get information. Okay, this is my pothos. It's an ivy. It's a golden pothos. Now, I actually cut this back. It had just vines going everywhere. So I did cut it back so I could fit the bag around it. But that's going to be perfectly fine because all of that's going to grow back in the spring. Okay. Okay, ladies, let's get information. Come on. This is a big girl here. Let me see if I can get this off. There we go. Here she is. Woo! Hey, big girl. She's so pretty. I love my ferns, y'all. Can you tell? I love my babies. Okay, ladies, let's get in formation. Come on, sister. Come on. Come on out. Come out the bag, girl. Show them how pretty you are. Woo! Look at her. Ah, last one. Hey, little mama. Hey, little troublemaker. There you go. They were inside those bags and we were like, oh, we can breathe now. Look, now, with my banana plants, I was like, oh my gosh, they probably won't make it if it's a real bad freeze. But I'll tell you what, I made them look better because now with this one, I can probably cut off some more leaves, but they were looking terrible. They had these ugly yellowing leaves, and when you remove those ugly yellow leaves, you're literally supposed to strip it. Let me get a little closer so I can show you. You see that? Because from what I'm told, that each of these leaves is a layer of this. So as you see how it goes up to the top? Right there. So when you strip it, and I'm not going to do it right now, because I can't really with the camera in my hand, but you just strip the layers, and I came out here and I just stripped those layers down. I didn't do it neatly, but I did. And I got rid of those ugly leaves, and they look better. Just from me doing that, they look better. Look at that. I'm impressed with these banana plants. I can't believe, if you only knew what I started with. I started with 2 small banana plants that I brought home from Lowe's, experimenting. And this is what I got. These 4 plants. Plus, I gave my brother-in-law 2 of the pups. So, and he's growing some. I want to show you right in the middle. You see how that little curled leaf is in the middle? It's going to unfurl, and it's going to look just like one of these. That's how this plant grows. This whole neck, the trunk of it, basically they unfurl into these large leaves. So you just kind of keep stripping them down. Okay. So I'm going to go and cover the plants in the backyard. But very quickly while I'm out here, I'm going to show you something. Okay, the leaves that my brother-in-law gave me, he gave me a whole container. This bin right here, filled with leaves. That he had for years, literally. He had it in his backyard for years. And when I asked him about leaves, he said, I got a whole bunch of them. You want them? And he gave them to me, and I used them to fill my new raised bed, and it filled it perfectly. But I emptied it by doing that. So now I am refilling it. So these are my leaves, and also I got some from my mom's house. I went to visit my mom, and I raked up some of her leaves and brought a garbage bag of leaves home with me. I'm going to go back over there and get more leaves. But I'm just raking the leaves in my front yard from the pecan tree that's in my front yard, a pecan tree, and I just haven't got to it yet. I was going to do this yesterday, but when my husband had me on alert, he had me on frost alert, I stopped doing any type of maintenance, and I went into mama bear mode, and I just locked down that garden. That's what I did. So yeah, I'll be raking some more leaves to collect for not only compost, but also to refill, my raised beds. I actually have another raised bed that my husband is going to buy for me as a gift pretty soon. I bought one for myself. That's the one that's in the backyard. So I have another raised bed to fill. So all of this will be the filler that goes in that second raised bed. And I'm kind of leaning towards him getting me he told me to choose which one I wanted. And I think I want to get a second L-shape raised bed. So these leaves, I will be raking leaves, you guys. Oh, let me get my bags real quick. Okay, everyone. I'm going to remove the coverings off of my other plants. I Some of this stuff, I don't hope I didn't suffocate like my onions, but I just wanted to protect it from the frost. Look, if this was a drill, I passed. If this was a frost drill or a freeze drill, I passed with flying colors. Yeah, I'm alright, Josh Bear. Yep. There's a bit of a cool breeze in here, but nothing too bad. I even brought Josh out here with me. Sometimes when he's inside, he kind of acts up. He gets a little stir crazy, so it's best to bring him outside so he can get some fresh air too. Little cabin fever. And see, the kids are out for the holidays, right? So they're out from school. He hasn't been to school in several days. So they need that outlet. They need something to keep them busy. So I decided to bring him out here so he can watch Mama work. Look at these. Look, you guys, the onions that I planted here are doing well. I planted several onion sets, and this first row is looking good. I forgot to label them. Oh my God. So I gotta remember. I'm gonna go back and look. I have to go back and look at the video, no joke, and see what onions I put in this row and what onions I put in that row. But they're taking off. That means it's good soil. We have good conditions. I am so happy about that because like I said before, I've struggled with my onions. So this is good. It looks good. Let's hope it stays that way. All right. Yes, Joshua, I'm all right. I'm going to stop answering you, child. Yep, I'm all right. Let's see how the celery do. It definitely needs to benefit from the sunshine and the air. So yeah, we're gonna do that. There we go. That looks good. This garlic, the garlic out of this world, especially this elephant garlic over here. It looks really good. I'm very happy with that. I'm just going to remove everything for now, and then later I'll just fold everything back up and place it back in the storage. Yes, Joshua, we are all right. And the plants are all right too. Look, the garden's all right, Josh. Look at that. Nice, nice, nice. Woo. You know what? There's a good thing. I'll tell you about it when I get closer to it. I'll tell you what happened. Ta-ta. Here we go. Okay, so remove this, and then I'll come back and tell you what. Yep, I'm all right, Joshua. Okay, everybody, look. The collards in great condition. Those are the onions. Remember I told you I planted onion sets over here? Look at them. I'm going to post on here the date that I planted these and the date that I planted these collards. Okay. Oh, I found out information about my bay leaves. This is what I found out about my bay leaves. And I'll post it. But I won't be harvesting from this plant until it's much older. It has to be at least 2 years old. It has to be more mature. And then I can start harvesting the leaves at a certain stage when they're going to be dark green, large leaves. But no, she's a baby, so I will not be harvesting off this bay laurel plant just yet. You know, there's a lot of things that you grow that, like the banana plant, you won't see bananas on that plant for about 2 years. And I hear asparagus, it's even longer before you actually get asparagus. So that's what I'm told. So over here with my garlic, yes, we're all right, Joshy Bear. The garlic looks good. Now, the reason why I'm examining everything now is because I covered it because of the mild frost they were supposed to have. That didn't happen, but that's okay. Look, oh my gosh. Look how upright those stalks of celery are. It's like covering them actually helped, to tell you the truth, because they are sitting straight upright. And another thing, this is what I want to say. I was doing my regular garden maintenance, right? Before I heard that there might be a mild frost. So the regular garden maintenance that I was doing is I was watering, hand watering, and feeding everything. I did the celery. I did these cabbages here. I did my garlic. I did the broccoli over here, sorry. I did the broccoli, and I also harvested some of the broccoli florets. I harvested a little bit of the celery also, and I harvested about 2 of these cabbages. I meant to see which one. Okay, red jewel. I harvested 2 red jewel cabbages. I harvested, let's see what else I got. There was I'm trying to find it. I can't remember where I got it from now. Oh, it was here, right here. I harvested a Cheers cabbage and Primo Vantage. And then there was another one, believe it or not. There was 3 cabbage heads in this container. One was a Cheers. Remember, I didn't think I had any more Cheers cabbage, but that one over here on this side was a Cheers cabbage. So I took the Cheers cabbage and the 2 Primo Vantages. But I'll tell you what, one of them, the leaves were covering the head of the head of cabbage. Underneath there, it was being eaten away at by an animal. It wasn't insects. You can tell it wasn't insect damage. It was like a rabbit or some sort of animal was eating away at one of the cabbages. And I had no idea because the big floppy leaves, those leaves were covering, so I didn't know. But that one over there in this corner, I can actually show you the cabbage head. As a matter of fact, I will, so you can see that it wasn't insects. It was an actual, I'm thinking a rabbit or some type of animal came out here and was feasting. And I had no idea. But the other 2 cabbages are perfectly fine. I'll show you those in a second. But I just wanted you to see that everything made it through whatever bad weather event that we had. It made it, and it was fine. So let them enjoy this fresh air and some sunshine. They were covered most of the day. And so they will enjoy getting some fresh air. Okay? All right.